I want to remind you today, you are not buried, you are planted. Life may have pushed you down, challenges may have tried to hold you back, but get ready because you are about to rise. The same power that raised mountains, that carved rivers, that spoke the stars into existence, lives inside of you. You weren't created to stay stuck, to live defeated, to just survive. You were created to thrive, to soar, to rise higher than you ever imagined. Today is not the day to give up. Today is the day to shake off the disappointment, to leave behind the fear, and to step into the greatness that's been placed inside of you. You are ready to rise. There's a strength inside of you that you haven't even begun to tap into. It's easy to look at the challenges around us, the things that didn't work out, the mountains that seemed too high, and start thinking that we're not strong enough, that we're not equipped. But the truth is, you are stronger than you think. You have been designed with resilience, with endurance, and with a spirit that doesn't quit. Life may try to convince you otherwise, but what's inside you is greater than any force that comes against you. When you feel weak, that's not the end of your strength. It's just the beginning. Sometimes it's in the moments where we feel the most tired, the most overwhelmed, that our true strength begins to rise. Strength doesn't always show up in the absence of difficulty. It shows up right in the middle of it. Every time you choose to keep going when you could have quit, you are tapping into that deeper strength. Every time you get back up after a setback, you're proving that there's more in you. Challenges aren't there to defeat you. They're there to reveal you. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are destinies. You may not always feel strong, but strength is not a feeling. It's a decision to keep moving forward even when it's hard. It's trusting that what God put in you is enough to get you through. When you look back over your life, you'll realize that the things you thought would break you only made you stronger. The battles you fought, the tears you cried, the storms you endured, they weren't wasted. They were preparing you for the new levels you're about to step into. There is a greater resilience growing inside you with every challenge you face. When doubt whispers that you can't take it anymore, remember, you have already overcome so much more than you give yourself credit for. You have weathered storms that others couldn't even imagine. You have stood tall when everything in you wanted to fall. That's not weakness, that's incredible strength. Sometimes life will push you to the edge, but it's on that edge that you learn to fly. You are not defined by your circumstances, your setbacks, or your feelings. You are defined by the power, the purpose, and the strength that God placed in you before you were even born. You are stronger than the fear, stronger than the disappointment, stronger than the voices telling you that you can't. There is a mighty force in your spirit waiting to be unleashed, a force that can move mountains, that can open doors no man can shut, that can lift you higher than you ever thought possible. This is your time to recognize it, to own it, to rise up and walk in the strength that's been inside you all along. Life has a way of surprising us with unexpected detours. Plans that seemed certain suddenly fall apart. Opportunities that looked promising slip through our fingers. It's easy to think that a setback is the end of the road, that the closed door is a sign to give up. But what if I told you today that the setback isn't the end, it's actually a setup for your greatest comeback? God never wastes a hurt, a delay, or a disappointment. Every time something doesn't go your way, He's positioning you for something greater. Sometimes the door has to close because He has a better one waiting for you to walk through. Sometimes the opportunity has to fall apart so you can step into something that exceeds your imagination. A setback is simply a pause in the natural to prepare something supernatural. You may not see it right away, but behind the scenes, things are shifting, lining up in your favor. Every challenge is training you, every disappointment is refining you, every obstacle is preparing you. When a dream falls apart, it's not because you are forgotten, it's because you are being set up to dream bigger, to believe greater, to rise higher. The path to your destiny is not a straight line. It's a series of climbs, falls, and greater climbs. You're not being buried by the setback. You're being planted. And when you're planted, growth is happening even when you can't see it. Your roots are going deeper. Your foundation is getting stronger, and when you rise, you'll rise with greater strength, with deeper wisdom, and with a new level of resilience. The comeback always outweighs the setback. It's easy to lose heart in the middle of the waiting, easy to wonder why things had to fall apart, but that's the time to trust that the setback is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign that a comeback is in motion. It's a setup for restoration, a setup for promotion, a setup for new beginnings you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. Some of the greatest victories come right after the darkest valleys. Some of the most amazing blessings come right after what looked like the biggest losses. When you go through a season of being pushed down, don't stay there. Recognize that you're being set up. Shake off the disappointment, shake off the failure, shake off the negativity. Don't camp in the place of the setback. You are passing through. You are moving forward. The best part of your story is still being written. There is a resurrection coming to the dreams that felt dead. There is a new chapter filled with favor, opportunities, and breakthroughs that are about to unfold. You weren't created to live stuck in defeat. You were created to rise stronger, shine brighter, and step into a future that exceeds anything you've seen before. The same God who allowed the setback is the one preparing the comeback. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that stands in your way, every difficulty you endure is not bigger than the destiny placed inside you. You may feel overwhelmed by what's in front of you, but let me remind you, the power of your purpose outweighs the pressure of your problems. Before you were ever formed, a destiny was written over your life, a calling, a purpose, a victory story. And no difficulty, no detour, no disappointment can erase what God has already ordained for you. The size of the mountain doesn't change the power of the dream. The intensity of the battle doesn't diminish the certainty of your victory. When life tries to tell you that the difficulty is too great, you need to remind yourself that your destiny is even greater. You weren't created to quit in the middle of the struggle. You weren't designed to collapse under the pressure. You were built to withstand, to overcome, to rise above. Difficulty is part of the process, but it's never the final word. It's a stepping stone, not a stopping point. Every difficulty you walk through is shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for the greatness that lies ahead. The harder the challenge, the sweeter the victory, the greater the resistance, the stronger you will become. Seeds of greatness are often watered in seasons of difficulty. When it feels like you're being stretched beyond your limits, that's a sign that you are growing beyond where you've been. When it feels like the pressure is too much, that's a clue that promotion is on the way. Don't judge your future by your present struggle. Don't let temporary difficulties talk you out of eternal promises. God has already written a future for you that is filled with hope, filled with purpose, filled with abundance. The difficulty is not there to defeat you, it's there to develop you. It's preparing you to carry the weight of the blessing that's coming. Some victories require stronger shoulders, some promises require deeper roots. You may not see it yet, but every difficulty is working for your good. Stay in faith even when it's hard. Keep believing even when you can't see the way forward. You're not going through the difficulty alone. You have the hand of the Almighty holding you, guiding you, empowering you. There are breakthroughs up ahead that your mind can't even comprehend yet. There are doors about to open that you never could have forced open on your own. What's ahead is greater than what's behind. What's coming is greater than what's been lost. Your destiny is calling you forward. It's louder than your fear, bigger than your disappointment, stronger than your pain. The difficulty you're facing today is simply preparing you for the destiny you're stepping into tomorrow. You are right on the edge of something extraordinary. You can't step into a new level of your destiny carrying an old mindset. If you want to rise higher, you have to think higher. You have to see yourself the way God sees you, not limited, not stuck, not a victim, but blessed, favored, equipped, and empowered. A renewed mindset says, I may have been knocked down, but I'm not staying down. A renewed mindset says, I may not see the way yet, but I know the way is being made for me. Too often, we carry yesterday's defeats into today's opportunities. We let old disappointments, old hurts, and old limitations keep us from stepping into new victories. But today is the day to leave that old thinking behind. It's time to rise with a renewed mindset. A renewed mindset refuses to replay past mistakes. A renewed mindset looks forward with expectation, believing that the best days are still ahead. You have to retrain your thinking to match your destiny, not your history. You are not the same person who went through that heartbreak, that loss, that failure. You are stronger, wiser, better equipped. The things that used to intimidate you won't even faze you anymore. The doors that seemed impossible to open will now swing wide. The opportunities you once thought were out of reach are now chasing you down. It all starts with what you believe about yourself. You can't rise higher if you're telling yourself the same old defeated stories. You can't step into the promises ahead if you're still chained to the disappointments behind. Renew your mind by speaking victory even when you see defeat. Speak life even when you feel surrounded by death. Declare strength even when you feel weak. Your words are powerful. They are shaping your future right now. Every time you say, "I am strong, I am able, I am equipped, I am favored," you are watering the seeds of destiny inside you. A renewed mindset doesn't deny reality. It just believes that God's truth is greater than the facts. It believes that even when things look impossible, with God all things are possible. It believes that setbacks are setups, that delays are not denials, that endings are often new beginnings in disguise. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You can either replay the negativity, or you can press play on hope, faith, and favor. It's time to rise each morning expecting good things. Wake up knowing that you are a magnet for blessings, that you are stepping into new opportunities, that favor is surrounding you like a shield. You may have been through some tough seasons, but you're not defined by your past. You're being refined for your future. Your mind is a powerful tool. When it's renewed, it becomes a launching pad instead of a prison. It lifts you higher when everything around you says you should be stuck. Get ready, because with a renewed mind, there's no limit to how high you can rise. Doubt is heavy. It weighs you down, slows your progress, clouds your vision, and drains your energy. You were never meant to carry the weight of doubt. You were meant to run your race with confidence, with joy, with expectation. Doubt whispers lies that you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, that you're not worthy. But the truth is, you are already equipped, already favored, already chosen. There's a greatness inside of you just waiting to rise up. But to see it fully, you have to leave behind the heavy baggage of doubt. You have to be willing to drop the thoughts that say it's never going to happen, that you missed your chance, that the dream is too big. Those thoughts don't come from your destiny. They come to distract you from your destiny. Every time you entertain doubt, you're giving away a little bit of your power. You're shrinking the vision God placed in your heart. It's time to travel light. It's time to strip away everything that's weighing you down. Doubt, fear, insecurity. They're not just emotions, they're chains, and the longer you carry them, the harder it becomes to move forward. But the good news is, you have the key. You have the power to let them go. Faith is your passport to the next level. Belief is your ticket to breakthrough. Confidence is your invitation to destiny. Leave behind the weight of doubt and pick up the wings of faith. You may not have all the answers, but you know the one who does. You may not see the full picture, but you know you're being guided by a perfect plan. When you choose to believe in spite of what you see, when you dare to trust even when you don't understand, you break free from the weight that's been holding you back. Some people spend their whole lives carrying doubt like it's part of who they are, but it's not your identity. You are not a doubter. You are a believer. You are a dreamer. You are a warrior. Start telling yourself what God says about you. Speak victory over your dreams. Speak strength over your journey. Speak hope over your future. You don't have to carry the burden of trying to figure it all out. You just have to keep moving forward with faith. Faith is lighter. Faith is freer. Faith lifts you when life tries to push you down. Doubt will always try to creep in, but you have the choice to starve it. Stop feeding it with your focus. Stop rehearsing the worst-case scenarios. Feed your faith instead. Meditate on promises, not problems. Expect blessings, not burdens. Celebrate progress, not perfection. You were made to soar, not to be weighed down. You were made to live in freedom, not in fear. You have too much destiny ahead of you to stay stuck carrying yesterday's doubts. There comes a moment when you have to decide that enough is enough. When you stop letting circumstances dictate your story and you start walking in the victory that's already been promised to you. You weren't created to wander in defeat, to camp in disappointment, to live under the weight of what went wrong. You were created to step into victory, to walk boldly into the blessings that have your name on them. This is not the season to shrink back, to second guess, to wonder if you're worthy. This is the season to step forward, to lift your head, to take hold of everything God has prepared for you. Victory doesn't start when everything falls perfectly into place. Victory starts when you believe you are already victorious, even while you're still fighting battles. Victory begins when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as a victor in Christ. When you carry yourself like you are victorious, you attract victory. When you think like a champion, you begin to move like a champion. The battle may not be over, but the outcome is already written, and it's written in your favor. You're not trying to win from your own strength. You're standing in the victory that was already won for you. Every challenge you face is simply an opportunity to display the power that's already inside of you. Every obstacle is a stepping stone. Every delay is a setup for greater display. Every setback is just a stage being built for your comeback. You are closer than you think. You may feel like you're still in the middle of the storm, but breakthrough is just ahead. You may feel like the opposition is too strong, but the favor on your life is even stronger. You didn't come this far to quit. You didn't endure the struggles just to settle. You were made to rise higher, to shine brighter, to live louder, to love deeper, to walk stronger. This is your time to step out of fear and into faith. This is your time to step out of lack and into abundance. This is your time to step out of doubt and into divine confidence. You're stepping into a season where closed doors will swing wide open, where broken dreams will be resurrected, where what you lost will be restored beyond measure. Keep moving forward with expectation. Keep speaking words of victory over your life. Keep celebrating even the smallest wins, because every step of faith is a step closer to the breakthrough you've been believing for. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of truth inside you. You are victorious. You are an overcomer. You are blessed, favored, and unstoppable. The same power that raised Christ from the dead lives inside you, and because of that, you can walk confidently into your season of victory with your head held high and your heart full of faith as you leave here today. I want you to remember, you are not stuck, you are not defeated, you are not forgotten. You are standing on the edge of something greater, something brighter, something beyond anything you've seen before. You didn't come this far by accident. Every step, every struggle, every silent prayer was preparing you for this very moment. You are ready to rise, ready to step into a new level of favor, ready to break free from the old limitations and soar into the destiny that's been calling your name all along. Don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back. Don't let the voices of doubt drown out the whispers of destiny inside your heart. God has already gone before you, clearing the path, opening the doors, arranging the right people and the right opportunities. Your job is not to figure it all out. It's simply to believe, to step forward in faith, and to expect His goodness at every turn. You may have faced hardships, but hardships are not your home. You may have walked through the fire, but the fire didn't burn your destiny. You may have faced losses, but you're stepping into a season of double restoration, a season where what was meant for harm is being turned for your good. This is your time to rise with a renewed mindset. Your destiny is greater than your difficulty. The promises spoken over your life are still alive, still active, still working behind the scenes. God hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't overlooked you. In fact, He's been preparing you, refining you, getting you ready for the blessings that are about to overflow. So walk tall, walk in victory, speak faith louder than fear, dream bigger than ever before. Live with boldness, with courage, with unstoppable expectation. You're not leaving here the same way you came. You're leaving lighter, stronger, freer. You're leaving the weight of doubt behind and picking up the wings of destiny. You are blessed, you are chosen, you are equipped, and you are ready. Ready to rise above the noise, ready to overcome the obstacles, ready to step into your season of victory. The best days are not behind you, they are in front of you. Now is your time, this is your moment, you are ready to rise.